Yeah, my question is not so much about Kundalini, or it can be related in a way. But since she brought up the subject about empath and sensitivity, I'm wondering if there's a connection with alcohol and substance abuse, a connection between these two, being an empath or a hypersensitive. And I feel like many people, this is how they deal with it. Or maybe even how they deal with the Kundalini awakening that they cannot be, yeah, they don't know how to cope with
Mhm.
otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Larissa. Definitely, being sensitive can often be very uncomfortable emotionally. It can be very intense. We can be very misunderstood. We can feel isolated. Um, and so that can lead to all sorts of challenges that we may want to cope with. And sometimes we cope with them with various substances or other things that are addictive. Definitely, definitely. I would bet that many people suffering from addiction are sensitive people that just weren't given enough context or safety to actually feel what they're feeling. And so they found ways to shut those feelings down, right, with whatever substances it may be. Um, that's essentially what addiction is, right? We try and find ways to feel better, right? So if a highly sensitive person is not feeling good because they're picking up on energies and emotions and they're very tuned in to the energies of an environment or their family or whatnot, um, you know, addiction is there to make a person feel better in the short run. Of course, in the long run, the costs are immense, right? I've encountered others as well whose Kundalini awakening process is so intense, they're so misunderstood. It's so frightening. And either directly or indirectly, they find that through alcohol use, for example, can shut things down, make things quiet. And so they turn to alcohol to cope with the intensity of the process. Um, I may be one of those people that found it indirectly. So in my teenage years, when I was 15, this started happening to me. I would drink at parties on the weekend. I had no idea that this was really dampening and dulling and shutting down my awakening process. I didn't even know I was in an awakening process. I look back in hindsight and say, that's why things got so quiet during my, high school years for a little bit. It's because I was drinking. Now, was I doing that indirectly to cope with this? Maybe. Was I doing it to have fun and party? I don't know. I don't know enough looking back, but it's definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. And so, of course, we're not here to shame anybody or discourage anybody from doing whatever they would like to do. It's just having better understanding of why we may do these things can help. The other way of looking at this is many people will report as a result of their awakening process, they go through a significant emotional clearing, a purge, a healing. Their heart may open or they have a big release or they process something in their shadow. And the next day they say, I don't know. I just don't want to drink anymore. I smell it and it just turns me off. Or they say, I don't feel like eating junk food anymore. Why might that be? They say the Kundalini just healed me. Well, it seems like it resolved the emotional issue that was at the core of their addiction. So remove the emotional issue, there's no longer an impulse to drink because you feel good already. You don't want to go and, try and escape feeling good because you already feel good. So this is something we see every now and then. Of course, many of us have to put in a lot of work to overcome addiction. It doesn't happen in these miraculous ways, but it's not unheard of. It's not unheard of that people do have these just overnight, big emotional healings that result in, no longer wanting to cope with substances and addiction. So these are some interesting things to consider and think about. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Now, do you think that even small amounts of alcohol can dampen your abilities? Um,
Yeah, yeah. So, well, interestingly, for those with abilities, they are very sensitive, right? They're highly sensitive. They're empaths, and therefore likely also very sensitive to the alcohol, sensitive to any
Mm.
psychedelics or drugs or whatever it may be. So that's also a thing. Now, with that said, I'll share an example to just keep it very balanced, right? The way that I see it is everything is on this earth is meant to be used as a tool with consciousness. Nothing is a mistake here. And so one great example that I think, at least, and though I'm not enabling anybody who you know doesn't want to drink at all. But I heard a great story. There were some Buddhist monks meditating. Some of them are experiencing intense ungroundedness called Zen sickness, emptiness sickness, depersonalization, derealization. They can't get back in their body. They can't get grounded again. They've taken precepts, right? No killing, no this, no that, no alcohol, right? No taking in intoxicants. But in these specific situations, their teacher may say, go and have a little bit of alcohol because the alcohol brings you back in the body. It's grounding in that way. Just a little bit can do that. So it does serve a purpose in a medicinal sense in this way, but knowing that it is very powerful, it's very powerful, especially if you're sensitive. It will have an influence on your awakening process. It absolutely will. Just knowing that when we engage with it is important. And of course, for those that are maybe sensitive to things like entities and whatnot, you can remember alcohol. Why do we call it spirits? There's a connection. It opens ourselves up. It opens our energetic field up to different entities and things like this. I think even the word alcohol comes from the Arabic, which means spirit, something like this. This is also why sometimes you may see somebody that gets drunk, they turn into a different person. What's going on there? Perhaps there's some degree of their system being used by energies that aren't necessarily entirely themselves. Just some ideas to consider. Um, I know that there, and just to keep it more balanced, there are some people I know that they've gone through very significant shifts on their awakening journey. They're in a great place, and they say, "Hey, I like to drink a glass of wine now and then, and it makes me feel good, have a good time, and no downside." So, just a balanced perspective.